Hi, my name is Simone and I'm the Zen Mommy, and thank you for joining me today on my channel. Today I want to talk about, someone asked me a question. I've been making little inspirational quotes, little memes, and one of them says, "You are the universe in human form." And someone said, if we're the universe, then why is the world crashing around us? And so I just wanted to address that question from my perspective. Right now, with the things going on in this reality, it does look like the world is crashing around us, especially since the pandemic. That shifted so much in this reality. And then, the government and natural disasters, and it just seems like one negative, bad thing after another is being projected in the news, in your social media feeds, and it keeps your mind on thinking about this bad stuff, and then you'll keep seeing more bad stuff. And so what I do, because I am aware that I am the universe in ecstatic motion, I am aware that I'm a creator, what I do is I look at this. You have to look at the big picture in this situation. Right now you're looking at it from your 3D human 4D perspective, and it looks really, really bad. It does. It looks actually awful. But imagine being outside. Imagine being outside of the game, out of creation, and being a part of looking out, and you seeing the whole big picture, because you see everything outside of this creation happens at the same time. And there is no past, present, and future. There is no time, space illusion. And so you see the full bigger picture, and you see it all at once. It makes sense to you, and you understand, right? But we're here as a fractaled down version of our creator selves. And because we are fractaled down, we are in a world of duality, which is division, duality. And in duality, with duality, you take maybe us, a being of love, come into duality, and we split love apart. Love is now love, but now we have hate, right? And so you have to look at that from perspective. Everything in this world, it will never, long as you're in this particular illusion, it's never gonna look like, oh, everything is just perfect at the moment, because this reality is going through a process of dividing even more, fractaling down. Now, in this process, what's going on is people are starting to awaken. So if you look down and you look at it at the bigger picture, you may see that, okay, that once the pandemic happened, a lot of people lost jobs. Then people started getting rights taken away, medical decisions taken away, and threatened to lose their jobs over making certain medical decisions. And so everything, it looks very horrible what's going on. But when I go to the outside and look down, I realize that not only these little things are happening, but these little things are triggering people to wake up. And really, in order for a mass awakening to happen like that, we all have our personal spiritual journeys, but some people get shoved to waking up. Since the pandemic, a lot of people are starting to think, wait a minute, this isn't right, this isn't fair, something's going on. Then they see how things are being projected, how the reality is kind of being pushed a certain way, kind of controlled, right? So that's why during this, around 2020, this pandemic, masses of people start going through an awakening. So right now, you're inside the picture, but you're not looking at the bigger picture from the outside. If you look at the bigger picture, you're going to see that in order to get to the place we want to be, as far as having, peace and everything coming together and higher frequency, humanity has to wake up, one way or the other. And so I look at it at the bigger picture. I looked at all things, they work together for the good. This is an experience, and some people, also another thing I do, which kind of makes it easier for me, is I try not to get involved too much with certain timelines. And, and for example, I'm trying to say, like, I'm sorry if it's not coming out right. I'm trying to put into words what I do and how I feel and how do I get through this, the world, seeing the world crashing down around you is just one perspective, okay? You can look at it as a total different perspective and say, wow, people are waking up. There's more people on the planet that's switching to be more health conscious. There's more people on the planet that's starting to realize, a lot of the lies, wake up to the lies we've been told. And, I look at it from that point of view. I look at it as, in order to get anywhere, the systems, the matrix systems in this reality have to fall. And see, we're here for the ride, per se. It's gonna fall around us, but if you don't want it to affect you, you cannot let it bother you, I stopped watching the news, I stopped watching the media, because what happens is, there are entities in place in this creation that want to purposely project certain media and news stories to lower the vibration. People will say, it's a distraction, right? They don't really explain what the distraction means, but they'll say, it's a distraction when something big or bad happens. But what is happening is the basis of this world was supposed to be 3D. And the goal was to fractal down even lower than 3D. And we are in a reality where we're splitting apart from the 3D. We're in the fourth dimension of starseeds. We're in the fourth dimension. Some of us will stay in the fourth dimension. Some of us will go home. Some of us will go to the fifth dimension. And some people may decide that they like 3D better. Humans, they like 3D better. That's the game, the human game. And so, okay, I had to stop the video. There was a little situation here. A dog jumped in the water and ran by me. I thought I was about to get splashed, and it looked like he's coming back this way, so I hope I don't have to end this video. Okay, so I'm kind of having a hard time explaining what I'm trying to explain, so please bear with me. Let me see if I can get out what I want to say. Okay, so the goal, okay, so this creation was about having a physical 3D experience. It was about us creators incarnating into human bodies to have the human experience. In order to have this human experience, the vibrations had to be low. It had to be 3D low. And being creator gods, we have a very high vibration. And when we come into here, there's entities in place that that are here to keep the frequency low. Because if the frequency, I guess, would get too high and all of us wake up to being gods, it would kind of ruin the experience for the people who want to have their memory gone and kind of play this game and have this experience. So that being said, there are entities that work, 40 entities, and even 40 entities that work to kind of keep the frequency low. And things like projecting on the news, if you notice, there'll be something on the feed. It'll be like, bad news, breaking news, this negative thing happened, or this negative thing happened to a person, or this country is going through this, right? When you look at that and it looks really bad, what are your first thoughts? Your first thoughts is like, oh, that sounds horrible. I feel bad. Ding, ding, ding. Mission accomplished. Now your vibration is just as low. So this is something that happens over and over again to kind of keep the frequencies at 3D. But here you are in spiritual awakening and you're going through an ascension. when you first have your awakening, I can understand. It does look like the world is crashing down around you. But you have to understand, on this journey, you are creating your reality, and perception is everything. If you focus on all the negative events, your world will be crashing down. I'm gonna tell you right now, my world is not crashing down. You know, I have been actively manifesting this whole time, since this whole pandemic started. One of the things I've manifested, okay. I gotta be careful about the things I say. I definitely don't want to get in trouble, but let's talk about the mandates, okay? There were some mandates put in place. I ain't gonna go into all of the details, but wearing a mask is one of them. And having, you know, some type of piece of paper to go in stores and hospitals, and if you don't have this piece of paper, this piece of paper is basically saying that I can't say what it is. I hope y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyways, so everything in all the cities around me has changed. But me and my husband, my son, we all believe we were creators, and we don't listen to the news. And when we do hear something, we'll say, that's not happening on our timeline. Nope, it's not going to affect us. And just recently, there was a mandate for everybody to kind of like put their mask back on, and you got to have some kind of passport. You have to make a certain medical decision, and you need paperwork on that medical decision, or you can't go anywhere. You lose your job even. And so when the mandate passed, and everybody, let me tell you something, all of the counties around me enforced it, except for the county I live in. In fact, there was a news article saying my county was too laid back. And how would you think, out of my whole state, the one county that is not enforcing these things is the one that I live in? So let me tell you, you have to access your creator power. You know, don't look at yourself as a helpless little being. You have to believe in your heart and soul that you can shift your reality. It takes this. It takes you creating it. It takes you thinking, you not fearing. You know, a lot of times with those negative timelines, those are timelines based on fear. And those people who are living in fear, they're going down those paths. But people who are not living in fear, like myself, are able to shift, even to manifest. That's just, right now I've shifted my county not being affected, right? That's what I've done, that I've created that, right? But now we want to, as a creator, we don't have our full powers or anything like we used to, but we're learning, we're remembering how to use them. So far I've manifested this. I stayed out of the media. I stayed out of people influencing me of what to think. And now the next step is expanding that, you know, expanding that. But it's going to take, of course it's going to take time, and it depends on how much you fear what's going on and how much you believe that you can affect with your own consciousness. And so when I see the world crashing down, when I see things happening and I see, you know, different other creators, they're going through tough times, I often remember this is part of the experience they wanted to create. As believe it or not, there are some souls that want to come here and they want to experience a low vibration. They want to experience anger. They want to be the bad guy. They want to experience heartbreak. Whatever reason they want to experience. Sometimes some of us maybe just came just to experience it, just because we don't live in these kind of frequencies. Maybe we wanted to know what it looked like. But even though the people are going through those bad things that will be crashing around you, they're still the universe too. They're the universe who wanted to go through that experience, you know. Like I said in my last video, it is like a video game, you know. And sometimes when I play my video game, I've played the bad guy before, and the bad guy was just as fun as the good guy, you know. And so you have to look at it that way. You have to also look at it as you're the creator of your timeline. Everybody's on your timeline that's in your reality is pretty much populated for you. They're matching your frequency at the time. those souls may not actually be on that timeline. They may be on another timeline having a whole different experience. So looking at everybody and worrying and staying in fear will only manifest you to be in those timelines. You have to like this I'm not joking when I say you're a creator God. This whole ascension is about remembering that. It's about believing that. It's not going to happen if you want to do it the way I'm trying to do it. You don't have to go to 5D and remember. That's part of the game I want to play, okay? Some people want to stick in 4D. 4D do seem like a lot of fun, and I'll talk about that more. But you have to really believe that, okay, the moment you start to change your perception, everything around you will begin to shift, you know? Understand that some things need to happen. It's waking people up, you know? It's helping people to become conscious, and then they can decide what they want to create with their reality. And so I hope this really helps. I know it can seem really, really bad. And, you know, there was moments that I got kind of nervous, but I started to remember who I am, you know, and the thing is you have to make that decision to, you know, you make that decision yourself, you know. I believe that long as you don't act in fear, like say, you know, there's like say maybe you'll lose your job because you didn't make a certain decision. And, you know, my husband was faced with the same decision. I know a few people were faced with the same decision. And they were like, no, I don't care if I lose my job, if I'll be homeless. They made the decision, and then when it came down to it, they never had to get it. Something happened where they never had to get it. You have to create that. People who are living in fear, they're like, oh no, I need to get that. I don't want to lose my income. I don't want to lose. That's their choice. They can do what they want, right? But I'm here telling you that you can shift that because you're a creator guy, yeah?
Can we take a walk?
After this, okay?
Okay.
All right. Anyways, I wanted to share that. I think I covered it. Remember, you are the universe. You are everything. Everything is you. The bad guys, the good guys. It's all source expressing itself in different forms in this duality. And you get to a point in this ascension as you go up and you raise your vibration, is you'll be able to control it more and more. It doesn't feel like you're controlling it, but it takes you little by little conditioning your mind to believe you have the power and tell yourself, no, I'm not going. That's the first thing when they announce, oh, this is going to be done to the people of the U.S. I'll be like, no, not to us. Me and my husband be like, nope, not us. It ain't happening to us. We're not worried about. My husband came down, I heard this news today. I said, that's not our timeline. I'm not worried about it. And that's really been helping me. So, you know, you have to believe you're the universe. And then when it comes to that situation, think of it from a big perspective. Imagine being your higher self. Imagine being the full, you know, being out of this human experience, and look at it. Look at this experience of duality. No matter what, there's going to be good and bad here. There's no way around it. This is a duality experience, you know. And so as you go up higher and higher in frequencies, vibrations, 5D into the higher frequencies of 5D, the duality goes away. You start going more into oneness. You start going more into oneness. And so, anyways, this video is going to be long because I know there's 2 parts. But thank you for watching. Please sign up for my email list if you resonate with my channel and the things I talk about, so we can stay connected. Thank you for watching. Namaste. You gonna say bye since she was in the video?
Bye.
Wait, they can't see your face. Say bye.
So, bye.
Bye.